Aloha, peasants. This is your Supreme President speaking. I found out that a few little Asian people in Hawaii were having a side pot contest for their fantasy football league. The side pot would go to the team that had the highest scoring quarterback for the week. So I thought I'd give you my expert advice. You know, a lot of people don't remember this, but I invented fantasy football. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the time I invented fantasy football. Years ago, I told Melania that it would be huge. Millions and millions would play, and billions of untaxed dollars would be generated. No one seems to remember that. Anyway, here we go with your results for this week. Number 12 is rookie no more quarterback Justin Fields, who had just under 8 fantasy points. What a disaster. These liberals are ruining the country. Fields had 27 passing yards and 49 rushing yards before being ruled out with a concussion. I call him Justin off the field. Number 11, see you later, bitches quarterback J.J. McCarthy with 10.46 fantasy points. Bad day, J.J. threw for 158 yards and ran for another 25. But he threw 2 interceptions and had 1 fumble. I have some words of advice for J.J. It's what I live by and do throughout both my presidential terms. It's not considered a fumble if you throw the ball away when you're about to get sacked. Remember that, JJ. Number 10, Surf Riders quarterback Joe Burrow with 10.54 fantasy points. This is the second week that Burrow had a very bad performance. I declare him a national disaster and will send the National Guard to Cincinnati right away. Burrow had 76 passing yards and 1 touchdown before being taken out of the game with a turf toe. Turf toe, Joe. Sometimes it's just too easy. Number 9, Showtime's Josh Allen with 21 fantasy points. Allen had 61 fantasy points the previous week, but may have shot his load too early. Some people have that problem. I don't have that problem. The one-man Showtime threw for 148 yards and rushed for 59 with no touchdowns to show for it. By the way, you know they have breathing exercises to fix that. Number 8, Amen Brothers Jalen Hurts with 23 fantasy points. Jalen, this fantasy shit hurts. Threw for 101 passing yards and ran for 15 yards with no touchdowns. A complete disaster. Philadelphia City is plagued with high crime, drugs, and mismanagement, just like Brothers' fantasy team. Number 7, Big Daddy Joel's Kyler Murray with 26 fantasy points. Murray threw for 220 yards and ran for another 32 yards. He threw 1 touchdown and 1 interception. You know, many scientists will tell you to get the vaccination shot, but I know more than the scientists, believe me. It's the vaccination that keeps Murray from getting taller and is stopping him from being an elite quarterback. Number 6, Polk High's Jordan Love, 31 fantasy points. Love threw for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns and looked pretty good on Thursday night. He was more in control of the game and his passes than Washington's Jaden Daniels. But fantasy-wise, just failed short. Green Bay had the lead early and mainly stuck with their reliable running back, putting a handcuff on Love from scoring more. Speaking of handcuffs, how is Crooked Hillary nowadays? Number 5, Niners Empire, Patrick Mahomes, 34 fantasy points. Now, is this guy black or is he white? I can't tell. But I can tell he is still good as he still put up 34 points while being without his 2 top receivers. Mixed Mahomes threw for 187 yards and ran for 66. He had 1 throwing touchdown, 1 interception, and 1 rushing touchdown. Number 4, Make My Days, Justin Herbert, 35 fantasy points. Herbert is slowly becoming a top-tier quarterback. He's certainly off to a great start this season. Herbert threw for 242 yards and 2 touchdowns on Monday night while running for 39 more. Number 3, Mamba's Lamar Jackson, 36 fantasy points. This guy is elite, as good as they come. Jackson threw for 225 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also ran for 13. Just like me, Jackson has quick feet and the ability to dodge our opponents. He dodges pass rushes. I dodge drafts, paying taxes, courts, and tough questions. No one scrambles like me, nobody. Number 2, Unicorns, Jaden Daniels, 37 fantasy points. Daniels threw for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns on Thursday. This kid has tremendous talent. I call him K-Den Jaden because he dodges defenders and runs right by them. K-Den, number 1, is best part of the year's Drake May. With 40 fantasy points, I knew May would win it. As soon as I heard about this contest, I said I'm picking the Patriots quarterback to win it. I call him Shake and Bake Drake. Whoever drafted this kid is a genius like myself. New England has always been great supporters of mine, and it's no surprise great things happen for them. May threw for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, while also ran for 31 yards and 1 touchdown. Congratulations to the best part of the year, winner of the Week 2 quarterback side pot.